Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys.
So, we're going to do something a bit different. We're going to be ranking the Chucky films from worst to best.
Yes.
Well, when I say worst to best, for me that is I don't think any of these are bad.
No.
I actually like all of these films, to be honest. But, yeah, and I have decided to include the remake. So we're gonna cover all 8 movies. So.
Yep. There are only 8 Child's Play movies involved.
So I'll start. So number 8 at the bottom of my list, and actually I want to say before we start, this is not set in stone. This is just how. This is how me and this is. I don't know how you're going to be ranking these, but this is just how we respectively feel about them at this moment.
Yeah.
But it could change in future, and this is not the definitive ranking either. This is just how I prefer them. You'll obviously prefer them a bit differently to me, but
Yeah.
just give us your ranking if you want to in the comments. Just tell me how you would rank them. There is no right or wrong. So number 8 on my list, starting from the bottom, is the remake
Of Child's Play.
You know, it's not a bad movie. I enjoyed it. It's just, I mean, it's very creative. I mean, there's no like Charles Lee Ray. There's no possession or voodoo or anything. He's just like a robotic doll basically who had his safety mode removed. But I do like this one.
And also
I like how different Chucky is. Like, I mean, I think Mark Hamill did a good job as Chucky.
And also
he's not as good as Brad Dourif, obviously.
And also, in my opinion, I think the actor that played Andy Barclay in this one was pretty good.
Yeah, he's no Alex Vincent, but.
And what about Mike Norris?
Yeah, I like this one, but it's my least favourite. I don't watch it as often as the others. And number 7, I'm gonna go with The Curse of Chucky.
Yeah.
2013. Of the original Chucky film, if I wasn't going to include the remake, then this would probably be my least favourite. But I still love it. But the only reason it's my least favourite out of the Brad Dourif Chucky films is because you don't really see a lot of Chucky in this one. Like, you don't really like. I mean, you see he's the doll throughout most of the film, but he doesn't really like reveal himself until towards the end. So yeah, you don't really see a lot of him in this one.
But what this movie does have is a lot of gore.
Oh yeah, but I do like this one. You know, I liked Fiona Dourif, who was Brad Dourif's daughter. She played Nika. She's really good in this film.
Yeah, and Chucky's with a different family.
And I liked the post-credit scene where Alex Vincent reprises his role as Andy. And Andy, of course, is an adult in this one.
Yeah.
I do wish Andy would have been in the whole film as well. I wish we would have seen more of him.
Yeah, I'm beginning to wish that too.
But I like this one. It's a pretty strong film.
Yeah.
Next, I'm going to go with The Cult of Chucky. So this is the last Chucky movie with Brad Dourif. Well, the last one so far. Because Brad Dourif is currently playing Chucky in the TV series,
which you probably know about.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do Chucky. I wanted to do Chucky last year, obviously. But yeah, I think it's more appropriate to do it this year because of the TV series. So.
The Cult.
Yeah, I do like this one. Of course, Fiona Dourif reprises her role as Nika.
And Andy Barclay is in it.
Yeah, and in this one, Andy is actually, we see a lot more of him in this one, which is good. And Tiffany shows up in this one as well.
And Kyle makes an appearance too.
Yeah, she shows, Kyle from Child's Play 2, she appears at the very end, in the post-credits scene. And, yeah, I like a bit when there's, like a lot of Chuckies, there's like a whole cult of them, that's obviously why it's called the Cult of Chucky.
But this one takes gore much more seriously.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Is it worse than... Is the gore much further than the curse?
Oh, yes. But I do love Chucky. Like, he's funny as hell, really. I love his foul mouth. And
Despite the fact that he's a slasher.
yeah. Next, what was that? That's 5. Number 5, I'm going with Child's Play 3. Very underrated, this one. It's the one that gets a lot of shit. I personally don't see why. It's a very, very solid sequel.
No.
And you got a teenage Andy Barclay, and it's not Alex Vincent, unfortunately.
Yeah, and also
But
Andy's in a.
he's in military school, and I really hate the Shelton, who's like, I think he's like your typical abusive drill sergeant.
Oh yeah, Shelton.
Yeah, he's just such an arsehole.
But what about Tyler?
Tyler's like basically the kid in this one who sort of like becomes friends with Chucky.
But which is what he shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah, but yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
And then number 4, this may come as a surprise because I know most people might have this at number 1, but at number 4 I'm going with Child's Play 2.
Yeah.
It's just a solid sequel, really, but the only thing that really pisses me off about this film is what they did with Andy's mum, because of course she was in the first film, but she's not even in this one. But they mention at the beginning that she was put into a mental hospital because she was backing up Andy's story in court, and nobody believed her that Chucky was alive. So I think it's a bit shitty that they did that to such a great character.
And also, Andy's being cared for by foster parents.
Yeah, I hate Andy's foster dad, Phil.
Yeah, who was a real arse.
Yeah, but I like his death scene in the film where Chucky, like, where he's walking down the steps, Chucky gets a noose and then hangs him upside down, and he's like, "How's it hanging, Phil?"
Oh yeah, and also what's even more worse about that scene, that Andy's foster mum accused him for killing him.
Yeah, so, but I like Child's Play 2.
And this is where we introduce ourselves to Kyle.
Yeah, I like Kyle.
She was a bit badass, wasn't she?
Number 3, this may be unpopular, but I'm going with the original Child's Play.
Which is how it all began.
Yes. Some people might have this at number 1 or number 2, but this is just how I see it, really. I mean, I love this one. It's just a classic. There's not really anything. I don't really have anything bad to say about this one, to be honest. Except you don't really see a lot of Chucky in this one.
No, because it's
obviously because it's the first movie. Like, to begin with, you're not really sure if Chucky is alive or not.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, I can't really say much about this one that hasn't already been said, to be honest. Number 2, this is a controversial one, because I know a lot of people absolutely hate this one, but I love it, and that is Seed of Chucky.
Yeah.
Now, this is just my opinion, but I mean, yes, it has its problems. Like, I don't really like the ending. I wish that we could have done without that, I think.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I like Chucky's son, Glenn. I think he's a really sweet and adorable character.
And also...
And I wish that he'd been in more films. Like, I think he deserved that.
And the Seed of Chucky has a bit of funny moments.
Yeah, I mean, it is silly. There's a scene in this film where Chucky he's wanking.
Yeah, and then he has the cup of cum.
But yeah, I like it. I can see why people hate it, but I don't hate it. I just love it. It's just fun.
I don't hate it either.
And then number 1 for me is The Bride of Chucky.
Yeah.
Now, I think it didn't do very well when it came out, I don't think. A lot of people hated it, but I think over the years it's certainly had a cult following, I would say.
And this is where we introduce ourselves to Tiff.
So yeah, Tiffany is in this one. She shows up as human to begin with, but then Chucky kills her, and then
By electrocuting her in the bathtub.
yeah, that was scary. And then she becomes a doll. And yeah, I like this one. I just like this. This one just is my favourite. This is the one that I find myself watching the most.
I think, in my opinion, the best scene is when he pulled the finger at the guy in the truck.
Yeah, so when I want to go to a Chucky film, this is the one that I always reach for more often. So yeah, number 1 is The Bride of Chucky. So this is part 1. I'm going to split this into 2 parts. This is my ranking, and part 2 will be Cameron's ranking. So
Yeah.
so stay tuned for that, and that is coming right after this.